Another way that you can speed up your workflow is to work with multiple images in Camera Raw at one time. Let's go ahead and select both of these images in Bridge and then click to open in Camera Raw. You'll notice that when you have more than one image selected in Bridge, those images are now displayed in a film strip on the left-hand side. Obviously, the one that's selected is the one with the blue line around it and is the one that we can see in the preview area. Let's just make a quick change to this. We'll soften it a bit by decreasing the clarity slider, and we'll desaturate it by decreasing the vibrance slider. Once I have this image in the state that I want it, if I want to apply those same settings to another image, I can simply select it by holding down the Command key or Control key to select multiple images in the film strip, or in this case, I could have simply chosen to select all since there's only 2 images. Then I'll click Synchronize, and Camera Raw knows because this first image is the primary image, it's the one with the blue outline as well as the one that's visible in the preview area. It knows that that's the image that I want to copy the settings from, and then I want to synchronize or paste those same settings to the other images that I have selected. In this case, I'm going to uncheck the post-crop vignetting, and I'll click on the vibrance and the clarity options. When I click OK, those 2 changes will be synchronized between the 2 files. Then we could choose Done to return to Bridge, or we could save out the files at this point. Now, if I want to make another change to these 2 images, and I return back into Camera Raw, the other way that I could quickly apply the same effect to multiple images at once is by selecting them both in the film strip and then making my change. So now if we go to Effects and I add a slight vignette, you'll notice that that vignette was automatically applied to all of the images in the film strip that were selected. As a little tip, you'll notice that if I hold down the Option or the Alt key on Windows, the Cancel button here turns to Reset. If I choose to reset my files right now, they didn't actually reset to the very beginning, those raw defaults. Instead, it just reset them to the state that they were in when I brought them into Camera Raw this second time. Of course, if I wanted to strip all of the settings, then I could use the flyout menu here and just choose Camera Raw defaults. For now, I'll leave them as this kind of desaturated and slightly softer image. I sort of like, however, the effect that I've applied where I've decreased both the clarity and the vibrance for these 2 files. If we were done at this point, I could go ahead and choose to save the images. You'll notice now I can save multiple images at one time. In fact, I could even save them, choose one format, and then choose another if I was going to need to batch process these, say, as Photoshop files as well as JPEG files. Excellent. Now that you know how to work with multiple images at one time, you're on your way to becoming much more productive with Camera Raw.